when you open up the door.
Yeah. Good morning.
Hey.
Good morning, beautiful people. How you doing? I gotta check something quick. Oh, what the heck? Computer. Hey, put any questions in there so we can rock and roll.
I can't imagine what there'd be to ask questions about
Oh,
this.
there's a lot. I seen on Twitter this morning that people are posting all about that the former guy
Mm-hmm.
took documents on his foreign trips.
Mm-hmm.
Just unreal.
When I did a reading real quick for myself just on what made them really fired them up to go after him when they did, because they'd been waltzing with him forever to get this stuff. I got that something came out of the spy network that let them know that now last October they had a whole bunch of their assets killed. The CIA did. And I think they finally got the proof back, and that's when they said, we can't do this anymore.
I mean, many of us have sensed this is a whole lot bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Than just, I mean, January 6th was bad enough.
Well, everything he did for the 4 years he was in there was bad enough.
I know, right?
Okay.
As always, I mean, there's a lot of times we can hit, races and whatnot, but we can all see what the polling is doing and the new registrations for voting, women, and Dems are up nearly 10% on speculations of winning the House in certain states. Projections of probably 53, 54 blue senators. It's looking great. So if there's a state like Wisconsin or Florida or Arizona, Texas that are, usually around the middle, they're going to win. Dems are going to win. You can guarantee it. November, they pissed off a lot of people.
Well, damn sure they did. We had a question about if Putin dies, will we get a state? Will we know about it? Or are they keeping it hidden? It was up there.
Yeah, I think I started that one. But
did you start?
Yeah, I did.
The other question, the other thing I'd like to do a deep dive in is looking at the polls, because I don't know if most people understand how they do polls, but when they run polls, they go to the most likely voters. Okay. Now you can't be a likely voter if you're young and you've just decided to register. You're not going to show up on their radar. That's why when we won as deeply as we did during Obama in 2008, they were shocked, but we had a huge, as much as our walking campaign, which reached close to 400,000 houses. The other part of it was that we had this huge voter registration thing. And then we had a whole crew. We had a whole division of our plan that did nothing but follow up with the new voters to make sure they knew where to go and how to go and where to go vote and everything. And we got them out. We had usually, if you look at the pool of new voters and then how many of them really voted, it's less than 10%. We had 60% of our new voters show up and vote. So I think it's just
primary.
Yeah. No, that was Obama in the.
You talk primary.
It was 2008.
Oh, back then. Okay.
Back in the day, they have not tried to be that aggressive again, and they just back in the day when I was a young 60-year-old something.
You got a super beautiful soul rocking it yet.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to age. Everybody's like, when are you going to grow up? Never.
That's what we're supposed to do. Stay young at heart.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely Peter Pan on the island, let me tell you.
All right, well, let's start with something easier than that guy in Russia.
Okay.
The former guy's wanting to do this special master thing. It's a delay tactic, whatever, but I guess there's a request, So I guess the judge is going to look at it if it's necessary, or if it's even going to happen.
I'm going to ask if it's even going to happen.
I don't think it's even going to happen.
Oh, actually, I see it is going to happen. I see that it is going to happen, but it ain't going to help them. They'll be done by spring, going through the documents. They're going to find a master with clearance, security clearance, and it's going to make it all right, and so people can't ask too many questions about it. But this is a card that says it's going to move fast. We got the Chariot, so that's if you're counting, that's 5 yeses, and the out card is the sun will come from it. It will enlighten everything. So I got a feeling they're going to go find it. There are special masters who have high security clearance because we have enough cases that go up like that they have them in their pocket.
Karen's a retired FISA judge is going to look over the paperwork and agree with FBI.
Special that would make sense because FISA would have the clearance.
Kind of weird. I do have energy. Lost for Donald. Documents. Yeah, there is some kind of coordination here with the FBI and services. You gotta be good for Donald.
No, somebody asked what a special master is. A special master is someone who's been a judge, or maybe some never do make it to judge. They just stay as masters. But they're judges that help the court administratively go through things to get them into the courtroom. And in this case, the special master has to have special security clearance, and they go through and they try to make sure that none of the documents that are in the case are things that shouldn't be in the case, like something that would be protected by lawyer-client privilege, things like that.
I can't remember the guy's name. The DNI. They're joining the fight now.
Yeah.
They're joining the fight now to look into this.
Well, they want it looked at by someone who's skilled because they don't want someone, since so much of it is the high intensity national security stuff, the personnel, the people who are involved. They want to make really sure.
You happen to catch that that craziness of that woman in Mar-a-Lago?
I saw the story.
Isn't that nuts?
Well, when he was first there, the first year, they threw out a bunch of Chinese people that they knew were spies before he got control of getting his own special secret service people. And this woman was a known spy out of California. So,
she's a brunette.
Do you want to ask if they got her out in time before she got anything?
Okay. I mean, I'll just see what my senses say about this little lady hanging out with Lindsay and 45 and.
Okay. You want to go first, or are you still thinking?
You're quick.
I got that she didn't get anything. She didn't get anything transformed out of there, but she was definitely there for pay. And this is the middle card, and this is 2 points. She didn't get anything. She was trying for it. Um, she's very pretty and very clever at what she does, but one of the male agents just noticed her and said, no, even this one we can't deal with. So thank Biden for changing out his security crew.
My toss is really weird.
It's a really weird story.
What? I'm wondering when she was there this summer. Do you remember?
Yes.
Last year.
Yes, she was there at a big golf tournament Lindsey Graham was at.
Can you clarify something for me? If she was
Sure.
actually working for the Russians and not for us?
Okay. Oh, okay.
Something is really weird. It
I'm going to
starts
ask
out.
if she was working for someone foreign.
Yeah. Because I'm feeling
Russians ain't sending a whole lot of people out right now.
I'm getting the King of Cups, Ace of Coins, and Magician. It's like she could have been one of the people that tipped off about the documents to their government.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering what your senses are. Because this is all good with the King of Cups, Ace of Coins, Magician energy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the Moon about the documents.
Okay.
Either she was unable to get documents or there was she was trying to secretly get documents, but the starting energy is favorable, not corrupt.
Yeah, what I got is I actually did 2 lines because my first line was kind of a yes, no, but then I got a clear answer. She's a spy, but not a very good one. She was sent in from our side because they caught her, and this is how she was getting out of what they'd kind of caught her and stuff, but they hadn't finished. They flipped her, okay? And she was definitely supposed to get messages while she approached about information. And then how did it work? She managed to bring out the goods to walk away from the battle. She managed to disable the knight that was out trying to sell things. She sold them a whole lot of illusion and delusion. And her out cards are great. She's in the boat with the right people to move forward. So she was a turned spy.
Yeah, because I always felt like that. In the end, I had the Sword of Truth, Ace of Cups, and the Hermit, kind of secretive. That's why I'm like looking at this. I'm like, she's a double agent. She was actually feels like. I mean, I guess she's still down in South Florida and not been arrested yet or even contacted. She says everything's not true.
Was she Ukrainian and said she was Russian? Wasn't that what I read one place? But there's these fuzzy lines where it's hard to tell.
I think Russian like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird sense. Disconnecting from what the story is and the fake name and everything, But you'd think even the Secret Service would be better, walking around Mar-a-Lago and whatnot. It kind of feels like she was a spy or something. Just strange. Okie dokie. Master did that. All right, let's flip over this governor thing. Tennessee governor. Billy. A lot of governor races. Okay. Tennessee is generally a little more red.
But they have a Democratic governor right now.
Tennessee does?
Yeah, they do.
Really?
So Democrats can win statewide. It's the reason that it's as red as it is because it's been so gerrymandered by the legislature. But you can't gerrymander the governor.
True.
So, okay, let's see.
didn't they just pass some horrible laws about
They passed him. He vetoed
abortion rights?
it. No,
He did.
the legislature,
Aren't
if it
you?
went through, it's because it was veto proof. Okay, Tennessee governor. I'm going to do a line on Bill Lee and a line on Jason Martin.
Aspie says Bill Lee is the governor right now, the Republican. You thinking Kentucky, maybe?
I'm probably thinking of Kentucky. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, Kentucky has Brashear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was pretty sure.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
It's all kind of
get back in the right page. Yeah, I know what you were thinking, though. All right, Tennessee Republican. Is there enough to get Democrat?
Okay. What I see for Bill Lee is he can really be powerful and master things, but he's not understanding who's not in the tent with him. He does not understand that people want to be free of what he's doing. And he doesn't understand that for a large part for him, the party's over. But I see some woman of influence, being there for him. So the way that lines up is I asked if he was going to be elected and I got no, because he doesn't understand the discontent in his own electorate. And he doesn't understand how many people want their freedoms and how frightened they are of. I mean, like nice middle-class white ladies who used to think, oh, well, they can't be that bad. They can. Trust me. I've been doing this for years. Okay. Now, for Jason Martin, it took him a long time to get off the bench, but now that he's out there, He's kind of a softer, more gentle guy, so he doesn't have that pull. But then he has his good cards. He's going to get what he wants. The sun is behind him because he has a strong messenger out there. He's got a strong crew getting his point across. I have never seen these people speak personally. I don't know. But what I would get from he knows what he wants to do. He doesn't like to campaign to get there. But I see him as a yes. The other guy I see as a no. He's got too many negative cards. The Republican.
The Republican? Yeah. I just shuffled and kept shuffling, tossed 3 on each. Mm-hmm. They both got good cards for me, but the Republican got a severe loss.
Oh dear.
So I basically had the creator, the big loss, and the Ace of Cups for Bill. So it's like he might. The creator makes me feel like he's a liar. He's gonna cheat, whatever, say some lies against the other guy. But he has a lot of support with that Ace of Cups, Republicans. Down, I have him winning.
Yeah.
I have strength, the Endure card, Knight of Wands, a lot of energy moving forward, and here's him sitting in the governor's seat. With the farm, the tradition, the institution. So there's a lot of angelic spirit energy and riding in there. He's got the goods right now. They're both good, but the Dem had that, or the Republican had that sad loss. Brokenhearted. So guess we got to go with the Dem. Crazy.
Well, the cards today say Dem, so
it's definitely going to be a big fight as far as close. To turn a Republican generally to a Dem, that's a huge energy swing. Anyone see any polling? See what they're doing? Aspie. Bill Lee is committed to shoring up any possible loopholes. Oh, good Lord. These people, they're supposed to be in there to help their constituents, not hurt them.
I know. Well, we had a story in Texas this week where a woman came in. She had a heart condition and she was pregnant. And they were saying if they treated her heart condition, it could threaten the pregnancy. They sent her home. She came back to the hospital 2 days later, dead.
Oh, that's right.
And,
I was
and
hearing that.
the doctor made a statement that she wanted to work on her, and the lawyers at the hospital wouldn't allow her to. They'd pull her license to practice. And so she was still arguing with him when the woman died.
This is unreal. Oh yeah, yeah. It's be Marsha Blackburn. She is so horrible.
That woman's a piece of work, man. I'm not generally in favor of physical violence, but that woman could draw me to it. Marsha might come in and try to really play the state. You're right. I forgot she's there.
I can't believe she went to Taiwan.
Yep.
For anybody fan, it's heartbreaking. That's right, Kevin. So bad. Kay Ivy's treat, is she a good one or a bad one? I think, isn't she Alabama? Something like that.
Oh, she's a governor. Yeah, she's nuts too.
Yeah, she's a horrible woman too. I'm thinking the right person. All right.
I'll see.
Go,
yeah,
Jason
she's
Martin.
The governor of Alabama, and she's a whack job too.
Unbelievable.
Okay, I'll read on Cash Patel. I have perfect cards for him.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I seen his name pop up with Kevin Nunes years ago, I'm like, that guy's going to prison. I sensed that like 3 years ago.
Yeah. Well, the problem is there's so many bad people around them. It's like hard to keep it all in your head, you know?
Pretty much. He's selling all kinds of silly items with a K, like a hat and a K and some kind of symbol. There's a lot of wacky people out there. I cannot believe they're. Ugh. Cash Patel, feature Cash Patel.
I'm not going to do. I was going to do a long reading on him, but it's making me sick, so I'm going to do a 5 card. I don't want to do that much Cash Patel. I don't want to do 10. Linda Reeves said, "Do you remember when the Chinese woman who was a spy at Mar-a-Lago that they found with all the flash drives?" Yes, and that's when the Secret Service was still good before he got his own guys around him, and she got hustled off and got sent away. So
I'm pretty sure she was prosecuted.
Yep. Well.
Oh yeah, he's going to be indicted.
Yeah,
I see it.
What I thought is he's in it for the money. This is the Ace of Pentacles, but look at what's looking outside the window in Adam Scott. The dark forces are looking at him saying, "We're going to go get you." I'm not going to make any comment. This says Queen of Swords. I'm not going to make any comments on that. And then he did everything for the money, for the 6 of Pentacles, to, you know, and he's where they're going to find him is with where he got money to people. They gave him money and he got money. And then I love this one. This is the Ace of Wands. Look at this little guy. But to me, that looks like a cat tail kind of little critter. But his outcome, right? His outcome is another, man, there were 3 cups in that. His outcome is he loses everything. The Ace of Cups reversed. But he had three aces in there. He had the ace of pentacle, the ace of wands, and the ace of cups. And he thought he was everything, and he's going to find out he's nothing. But my favorite one for him is he was going for the money, but he didn't look at the dark side and what was really following him.
Yeah, mine's not telling me about the money. It's just telling me he's going to prison.
Okay.
But yeah, this is my outcome for him. He loses everything. He gets raided by the FBI, and here's prison. Eight of Swords, when that comes up, is the final card. He's going to prison.
Thank you, Annie 1313.
So it starts off with the Sword of Truth. Truth is coming out. His karmic destiny is changing with the Wheel of Fortune.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have, a victory coming in against him. More news.
Mm-hmm.
You get worried. And then moving forward, I have a lot of people associated with him are going to be indicted and have a tower.
Couldn't happen to another group of folks.
This is everyone in the family. The Ten of Cups, everyone within that family, Trump administration, everything here. They're going to have this tower moment, and here's the indictments rolling in. And then they all get locked up, lose all their money. Knight of Swords is that energy of the FBI coming in raiding. Good fun season coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You want to see what the cards have to say for energy of when these indictments really start rolling?
Yeah, sure.
All these associates, Eastman and all these other yahoos.
Okay.
What the hell is that other guy's name? The guy that Jeffrey Clark, the guy Trump wanted to install.
Oh, and the pillow guy, all them.
Yeah, we got the pill guy, we got Rudy, all these fools. Then we got 100 some fake people that signed the fake electors. They're going to be in prison. That's illegal. So let's just see the energy of the associates.
They're going to have to pass that law that lets nonviolent drug offenders out, so they'll have room to put all these people in there. Okay.
Yeah, good call there, Ian. Yeah. Nunes went to London to try to walk and talk to the MI6 for info. Laughed at him, threw him out. Then he went to Prague and spoke to two Russians about Christopher Steele. There was something going on back then with, them coming up the Ukraine extortion.
Well,
Nunes is all up in it.
The Russians tried to get into the Republican Party during the time of George Bush, the junior. And he actually turned him over to the FBI and sort of stopped it. But that doesn't mean that all these are the people that were hanging around him and Cheney. And then they watched Cheney and him start wars and profit from it and become war criminals. Why wouldn't they go pursue them? And the way they didn't do it through the party, because they knew that might be a dead end, they did it through the NRA. That's who funded the NRA, to give them all that giant amounts of money. Because at the same time, that's when the NRA went over and created an NRA group in Russia. I mean, many people do you think were running around really? They don't have a Second Amendment right or anything like that to go try to do that. So what was the deal? That was just to create the conduit.
Mm-hmm. Good call.
There's a timeline there. Okay.
Jesus. I got no winter cards. I really believe these other people are gonna start going down before the election.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Season.
I got all autumn. I got a tower coming down on autumn cards. I have no winter cards coming up in mine.
Okay. Again.
Six of coins, knight of coins, autumn. Then I got a tower coming on them, and then my devil card is September.
That's what I get. I get really soon. I get a feeling the change is almost directly upon us. That's death. And it's going to come from that woman that's the second behind Merrick Garland that's been taking care of all this. Moran, I think is her name.
Lisa Monaco.
Lisa Monaco. Okay. See, I really don't like to take a bath in this stuff. Four of Cups, though, I see she's got the offers she needs. And the only thing is the Fool's not quite ready to step off the cliff. But I get the 5. And when I get the 5s like these, I think this is like, it could be as much as 5 days or 5 weeks, which throws us into September.
5 weeks sounds better.
Mm-hmm. And then I said, okay, who's doing this? The Knight of Wands or all those people that are going out and gathering up the information. It's time for judgment to come. They're after the devil.
Yes,
and
they are.
They are. And they are not going to rest on their laurels waiting for this. They're the hanged man upside down, which means they're ready to move. So I say 4 to 5 weeks.
I think it's a low lying fruit. The associates there. Let's toss on the former guy. How close is that coming?
Okay. Let's see. Where is he?
Find the former guy.
Since he used to run a casino, I'm going to use the Life is Like a Board Game deck.
Yeah, I do not sense the DOJ waiting. If it's ready, they're going to jump.
Mm-hmm.
You can pretty much guarantee if some of these guys went dark, aren't talking anymore, the DOJ has them in the crosshairs. So we haven't heard much about Eastman, Clark, Meadows.
Well,
They're all pretty dark.
Who's heard from McCarthy for weeks?
Well, true. They did. So all these fools that still go out on social media, Fox News, whatever, they haven't got a letter. Haven't been talking. It's the ones that go dark, you know something's up. So, the energy of the former guy.
Oh dear, yes. Mm-hmm. The energy of the former guy. I got the card, the provider of authority and charm. That's him playing the King of Pentacles. But then he's got, it's the darkest before the dawn. He understands what's coming. It's the compassion. He understands what's heading towards him. And he doesn't have anyone providing any kind of emotional security. But his out card on this is it's really soon. That's the devil being chained in his own little weird prison. So, yeah, he understands. It's really hitting him. It's really finally breaking through that his being able to charm and talk his way out of everything's in the past. But it's soon.
My toss is just telling me more about how it's eating to his core and his worry. It's showing me here he pretty much feels that it's women that have flipped on him. It starts out with my Empress, my Duchess card, female energy, and he's trying to figure out who's been talking, who's flipped on him.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much feeling like it's a woman here. And then it shows me the Hierophant in my dark time spirits. So it's
Mm-hmm.
driving him nuts about what's going to happen with the government investigation here.
Mm-hmm.
So I have Merrick Garland coming up and Lisa Monaco together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, King of Swords, Queen of Swords, the law coming in. It can have a little bit of Fannie Willis in there with that queen,
Mm-hmm.
but it's dropping near the government. So I'm sensing this is high up stuff. So as far as timing for when the former guy gets it, I think it's closer to winter. Because I have the Hermit, which is kind of evaluating everything. Then I have going through all the documents, and then I have the Ten of Swords coming in the winter. So we're looking before January 1st,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more of December, I think.
Yeah. I just asked, when's he going to get really hit? I didn't make it federal. So this could be Georgia. His first, I asked about the month of August. I got go. And then um, it's what a better ways of heads, but the middle card is the emperor upside down. The crown has fallen. So, and
Sure.
then I've got for the end of the month, I got damn that sucks and anxiously stressed out way. So what I see in this is it's going to be a go in August for some of this. It's going to be better. It's going to look better for us. His crown's going to fall off, and then damn that sucks and anxiously stressed out way. So that's August. But then in September, I saw a lot of conflict gardens, the moon. And then upside down, he has development of good contracts. And then right side up, it says um, he's going to try and redeem himself and create affection with his MAGA crowd. And he's going to look to them as a way out. That's his September. So I think August is when he's going to go, something's going to happen out of Georgia at the very end of August. And then in September, he's going to be dancing around trying to convince everybody he's right. It's not going to work, but he's going to try.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. That's right. The Karen's reminding us that the Trump org trial is end of October,
Mm-hmm.
which Weisselberg is supposed to flip on. So
I don't
think they will.
How could they talk about that company and him say, I'm not going to say anything about Donald Trump? He ran the damn place.
Right. I think it's a ruse. I think
Mhm.
Weisselberg completely flipped on. They kind of left out some details. You don't tell the public everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he lies, he goes to prison for 15 years.
Yep.
I think it's a good deal. I think it's a good deal. Pay $2 million. They haven't even touched federal yet. This is state.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that state one can wipe out the company. So then he doesn't have any of those assets. And those banks that he supposedly owes are going to be all over it, try and get what they can out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Let's toss on Fannie Willis.
Okay.
The Georgia case.
Yep.
My guys are kind of telling me that's going to end probably in February. So I don't think she indicts first. I've always gotten the federal comes first.
Okay.
She's still trying to get Lindsey Graham to come down and some others to testify. Brian Kemp, he's fighting with him too. Kevin, I had a vision of 45 being handcuffed and led by agents in a black SUV. I felt it was at the airport, arrested by, won't be held very long. I've seen an airport too, Kevin. It's like he's trying to go, and It was in his private airplane. I was saying that. So I think he tries to get out of here in his private jet, and they know he's not trying to stay in the States.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much what I see too, Kevin. No, haven't said anything about the tunnels there, sweetie pie. Lulu. All right, Fannie Willis. What's the energy of Fannie Willis's investigation?
Well, she's fighting really hard. That's the Seven of Swords. And this little cutie is the Six of Swords. Somehow she's kind of feeling trapped, and that may be all the people are playing games. But where she sits right now is the world. She's got control of it all, and she's going to bring down the judgment on them. And when she does, she's going to be completely in control, because the Four of Pentacles can also mean to be incredibly in control. And this guy's the Four of Pentacles, and he's holding down the house. So I think she's in a good spot.
Hold on. Oh yeah, she reported that she was going to take a 3-week pause during the election.
Mm-hmm.
So she's no October surprises for her.
Mm-hmm.
So she said up to the November election, she's going to pause the investigation. But anyway, yeah, she's got a lot of information with Ace of Coins, and then I had the Chariot.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely moving forward aggressively for the truth with the Ace of Swords. She will be victorious on anyone. You know, those that are, Lindsey Graham or whoever is trying to stall. She will be victorious. She's got ways and means. She's not going to fool around. And
when she has a governor who's been elected, who's cooperative with her, when they change the governor of Georgia, then
that'll happen.
And Kemp has no, but I'm the governor. I'm too important to come and talk to you.
That will happen. Yeah, Stacey Abrams wins. No issues. So I get the sense behind the scenes, she is coordinating with the DOJ a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
With the creator or magician and high authority, Garland probably energy. So there's some weird stuff behind the scenes that we don't know about, like coordinating timing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my Endure and Page of Swords. So it's like the Strength card basically, and all things is good. And then the Page of Swords here. Then it's telling me something unexpected is going to happen soon. That someone we haven't heard about gets indicted or subpoenaed. Feeling.
Mm-hmm. There may still be some surprises in there. I mean, we don't know everything.
No. But she's just very focused. Yes, Mr. Cash is amazing, man. Very humble, very nice. There's no ego in that man. He just tells you what he sees. Every time I've made a request to him or just a comment privately, he's always responded back. Very nice. Oh, my Lord. You peoples. Just rocking and rolling. More questions. Okay.
Good.
What time? Just checking quick if. Okay. We'll just go with this one quick. Comment done. All right. Yeah. Is Weisselberg in danger for his testimony?
Not once he gives it.
Um, well, all right, let's just throw the cards before I put out any feelers on my thoughts. Confirm with the cards about what's going on behind the scenes with Weisselberg and the Trump org. That's the thing, Ian. You don't want to be a Vigo. When your ego gets too big for the britches, that's when things go wrong. Thank you, Cindy. Love and light to all here today, here and always. Okay. Weisselberg, energy, safe. Ooh, wow. I'm seeing a deal behind the scenes about protecting his family.
Yeah.
There is some kind of threat or whatever. I didn't get my. Well, yeah, I did. In the end, I did have my family card. 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups being in the family. But the first one that comes out here is the Queen of Cups. And my getting locked up card, the 8 of Swords, and then a Tower.
Mm-hmm.
The Queen is like mother, healing, nurturing, caring. So it feels like within the family. So there's family protection there. So then it's all about protection here. He does have protection. So I have my angels and guide, Knight of Cups, a lot of loving energy, and then protection from the dark side.
Yeah.
Bad people here. And then I have at the end Queen of Wands, about the business, and then the family. So this is a creative deal behind the scenes we don't know about. I feel he has protection.
Mm-hmm.
A lot about the family. My mind's eye was saying even if he does get whacked, per se, because there's that worry. I feel they got his testimony on video already. That kind of thing. You know, they have it all locked up. You know, if something happens for the trial or whatever, everything's documented. That's what I'm sensing here. But mainly he did it for his family because they had goods on his kids or something. Maybe even his wife. I don't know. With the Queen of Cups out there. But it was all about family protection. He goes, we got to do what you got to do the 5 months. Pet.
Yeah. What I got was he was the hangman. This is the hangman card in this deck. And that's where he sat with he was in a giant argument between his mind and his heart. But what he's doing now is to protect what he's built, to build the 9 of coins, the garden where they can sit and they can be comfortable. But I think they're going to go witness protection. They're going to go hermit. And he really held on to the delusion for so long that somehow he could escape fate, but there was nothing else he could do. I think their thing was, we're going to break your family financially and everybody else, or you talk. And he knows how much danger he's in. He's not just in danger from Trump. He's in danger from all the scumbags and lowlives that help Trump keep going.
I remember when we read on Jeff McConaughey and him testifying to the grand jury, and that was the
Mm-hmm.
comptroller.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I had the huge sense of like, if I talk, I need witness protection.
Right.
I was sensing this fear of being thrown out a window.
Yep.
And then we never heard of him.
Yeah, never heard from him again. But
Never
it's
heard
like they
his name again.
right, like somebody said this week, I heard the comment about all the Russian oligarchs that are allergic to gravity. You know?
Yeah.
I think
Pretty
that's
hard.
what these guys are feeling.
It's a mob. Oh, I see. I retweeted a thing. I seen it on Twitter. Actually, Queen Tarot, Big Queen, put it on Twitter, and then I follow her and I seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking the mob in '94. God, I can't remember names. Was at a Senate committee hearing, testifying in '93 or something. It was Gotti and his boys, whatever.
Right. Mm-hmm.
The whole thing was talking about Trump and how to get to Trump. Right? It's like,
oh, weird.
You know, and started talking about the contracts and the concrete and fixing boxing matches and everything, right? But it's all about how to get to Trump. You know, and it's like, how did our FBI not lock this down?
Well, when
they knew he was a criminal.
The way Rudy got the Italian mafia was he sold them out and built up the Russians, and when they wanted to go after the Russians, he kept all that hidden when he was there, and so that's how come he was so tied to the Russians. Well, he'd be their go-to guy for dealing with Trump.
Right. And there was also talk and articles about how Rudy all fit into this picture. Mm-hmm. You know, how he got in with the Russian mob.
Yeah.
And then that name Roger Stone pops up.
Well,
within that circle, you know, running campaigns or whatever, and behind the scenes of how it's like this all comes back around to Trump Tower. Mm-hmm. Building Trump Tower.
Yes, it's when they should have strangled the baby when it was in the bathtub.
But it's so sad. There's no way in heck that someone in the FBI didn't know about these files. I have this super sense that Bob Mueller knew, but he couldn't say anything about his ties. So I remember there was a video. No, it was a tweet. I may have a screenshot, whatever. The former guy said after the what was it? Oh, when the Mueller investigation started, someone brought up a tweet from 2013 that 45 put out there. Someone saved it. Because if anyone's going to bring me down, it's going to be Robert Mueller. 45 tweeted that in 2013. It's like, I think so. In a way.
That's right.
So it's like he knew something. You know, he knew something. Like there had to have been a deal, you know? It's just craziness. Ugh.
Well, knowing something and being able to line up enough stuff to have proof about it's two different things.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I was talking on the phone with a friend of mine last night that is a paralegal, and she was talking to me about the complications from that. Oh, God, that guy. Every time I hear his name, I just want to choke. He had really good candidates running for that, too. I'm going to ask if he was told to stand down by someone above him. If he was told.
That's what I got a long time ago.
Okay, I'm going to check that because I just.
Let's just check on that again. I never got that he was corrupt. I was told he was told to stand down by the feds.
He I don't know who it was. I'm just gonna see if he was told, because he's got, like, he was worth 20 million when he was elected to that office, so it's probably not money.
Hey, good morning, Linda. Lisa Foster. I think I've seen Kelly. I've seen our geek in the house. We'll try to get to that, Pat. Well, everyone
I don't
says
know
this was.
why he backed down, unless that's really what he saw, because I tried, was it the feds? I got no. Was it within the state, because the city had a better, what the state had was a better case? I got no. I mean, none of these even came close to a yes. I got, was it threats at his family? And it said no. And I asked if it was money, and it said no. Now, what the hell else?
I know, I've thrown it out a couple times, and I always got Garland asked him to stand down.
Okay, I'm gonna flat ask if Garland asked him to stand down, because
just ask that. Things from the past, not coins, FBI. Yeah, good. Yeah. I got the Hierophant 45 Chariot. So I think our federal government has got 45.
yeah.
That's what I think. That's what my cards. The government on 45, the Chariot. We got this.
Yeah, when I asked about Garland, I got that they were afraid that the case could be more misconstrued in New York, like they could get a hold of more people and screw it up. And so they asked that prince that knight to stand down so that they could move forward, because Garland really wants to get him, and they kind of liked having him in his bolt hole in Mar-a-Lago. And there was a whole lot of discussions back and forth. Bragg really's taken a hit for this. So
Yeah.
whatever basic reason they had to want to hold him there. But didn't he pull the case in about October when all those agents disappeared? It was last fall.
No, he got elected, didn't he?
Oh, he got
just
elected? Yeah.
He decided, or those other prosecutors resigned in February or January because supposedly he wasn't going to prosecute Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And he hired some lawyer, some woman to take over the case who has as good of prosecution history.
Mm-hmm.
But that information kind of went dark too with those lawyers. But I seen one of the smart guys is on the Mueller team, Weissman. I follow.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of in that realm too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he was on the Mueller team. He's kind of in that realm too, that he won't come out and say it, but he's mentioned it a few times that Alvin Bragg was. He knows the two prosecutors. Let's just say he's been in around the block. He knows the two that. He thinks there's something else is up. You know, besides them just getting upset that we're going to prosecute it. So, but yeah, it's a to actually not do that and get all that backlash. It's a tough thing to do. To not even try, especially when everyone else, including Cy Vance, said it's ready.
Thank you, Cold Toes, for your contribution.
Hello, David. Good morning. All right. Someone keeps asking about Michael Flynn. something about documents or something. So Michael Flynn, I think he's on his own crazy tour.
Okay, I'm going to ask if Michael Flynn told him what to take, because they couldn't take everything, but if he told him what would be most valuable on the open market, if you had that information.
No. If Flynn isn't in the White House or whatever.
Because he was in there till the last days of the White House.
Flynn?
Yeah.
No, he got pardoned. He wasn't around the White House.
He was sending some of those people in. He was directly connected.
I mean, he later, yeah, but I think he was with Rudy and all those guys. Right, got you there. But as far as during, he was
no. Once he was convicted, he was not allowed in. But at the end, I think he was there, and he would have been a perfect one to tell Trump what to say.
I got where you're going. All right, Michael Flynn. Yeah, I seen that, Keith. True Social denied a trademark because two other companies already have True Social.
Yeah, that's the gang who couldn't shoot straight. Okay, what I got is Flynn was quiet, and he couldn't go where he wanted to go. He couldn't make the moves he wanted to, but he was more than willing to tell him how to sell us all into rough seas. What was the strongest stuff to take, and what is the high priestess? What was the most powerful secrets? What's going on?
I'm just thinking.
Oh, okay. I thought you saw something on the news and you're like, oh my God.
No, I'm just trying to concentrate what Flynn was doing. Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, what I saw is he knew what would cause the most harm, so he told him what to take. Besides the love letters.
Love letters.
Well, he did take the whole file. He got him to take the whole file that was part of the background to Mueller's stuff. They took that whole file.
My cards are so weird. I asked the question you're talking about. It's telling me he's going to prison too. But yeah, pretty much.
We're not going to go into the specifics, but he's gone.
Yeah, he's going to prison too. But yeah, I agree. From his time as a military and his connections, whatever, here's documents, and then you're talking about telling him what to take. Yeah, it was your whistleblower, your talker. So I agree there, but it starts out with everything about he's going to prison. He's going to lose everything. Have the government coming down on him with the 10 of Swords, losing everything with a 5 of Cups, sadness, and then prison thing. That's just weird. I asked the question, and then the answer I was searching for wasn't towards the end, but the first that comes out, he's going to prison. He's going back.
It's an answer.
It's an answer, but I got to fight through what the other stuff was saying.
Well, these guys are so multi-layered. It's like really, and he's turned out.
There is a lot. That's why I'd never liked this. I'm more of a full spread kind of guy. I never really understand using cards with just a couple.
Yeah.
Because if I were to just use a couple there, it'd been like he's going free. I never usually get like a 3-card answer because there's always more to the story. You know what I mean? At
Well,
least for me.
they're very black, white, yes, no, and that's the universe I try to stay out of. I try to stay and look at all the facets that are coming in, so it's a little more complicated. But we work with
Hey,
what we work with. And these poor
right.
people are just up trying to drink their coffee on Sunday morning and get some answers. So
That's it.
okay,
Everyone's
let's
got their process. Everyone's
right.
got their process, but it's just unless I specifically say and grab another deck or something, say I need 3 cards to qualify. Qualify. But rarely I sense this is correct with 3 cards. Oh, definitely. Is there a government criminal thing that 45 is not going to be charged for? Evelyn asked if DOJ is going after espionage. Obstruction, espionage, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
Theft of documents, inciting an insurrection, sedition, you name them. Money laundering, our government probably. We'll give it a shot, Lisa. All right, Michael Flynn. Mike Flynn's brother. That's Charles Flynn. That's his name.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Flynn's brother, Charles Flynn. He was supposedly part of the team
protecting
to,
government,
deploy troops or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Michael Flynn's brother is. His reverse is better things are way ahead of us. So that's his in card. Then you've got the Wheel of Fortune coming for him. So I think he may be somebody that goes in October because he's not an elected official. And right now he's on Holding Tight Avenue because he knows it's coming. And this is what he knows is coming. And the reason he ended up here was because he was a supporter of ambition and success. He wanted to be part of the inner circle that was running our government. So,
well, he probably talks to his brother, I'm sure.
Well, I think he had more influence over Michael than Michael had over him. I think Michael brought him in, but I think he saw more of the ways to make the power move.
Another weird toss.
Mm-hmm.
It starts out with he drank the Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
He drank the Kool-Aid with his brother. The ending card I got is all greed and avarice, the gluttony, the devil and death. So there is going to be an ending to what he did. But like I said, my throat was kind of weird. He was all in it with his family, the military. So here's my family. The 10 of coins and some money involved, but this feels more family to me. The military history. Lack of energy. And then I got a new path coming for him. I'm not seeing jail, maybe demotion. I'm not seeing a talking card like him flipping on anything or anything, but there's going to be a change. Is the only thing I see, a demotion or something like that. I'm not seeing a separation from military. He may just tell what he knows and retires into the sunset. I'm not seeing prison, not right now anyway.
I think he's going to be convicted. He may get away without prison because of what he says. Thank you, Poetic Justice.
Yeah, that's what it feels like, something like that. Um, Thanks, Steven. Everyone have a great weekend. What's left of it? Yeah. I think the first time I read it on Charles, the word I was getting is like actions have consequences. And that's about all I heard.
Right.
So he should have done what was right with the troops, whatever. But technically, there's a lot of people involved with it. Our Secretary of State or whoever, Miller, whoever was there at the time, that Miller guy, he was ultimately responsible. He was he's the one, if anyone, should go down. Okay. Let's go this route quick. I feel like I gotta cleanse these cards. Kentucky. The AG who messed up the Breonna Taylor case, will he be prosecuted?
I don't think so, because they're going to hide behind the fact it was all done in the time of official duty and he worked from the best information he had. But I'm going to see if somebody's going to try, I'm going to see if the DOJ is going to come in on him. I mean, they've already come in on it, but will they go after him?
The AG of Kentucky, Breonna.
Well, I think someone's working on it. We got the map of the world, and they're trying to start from a stable thing. They think it's the only way they can return justice if they keep letting guys in those positions go because they were just doing their job, even when they absolutely weren't doing their job. And I see a reversal of reciprocity avenues. So this is a yes, no. But in the future plans, I think some laws are going to change that are going to make that a viable option to go after them. And right now, it's not in a position where we can provide emotional support and stability. It should happen. They may start it, but I don't think it'll be successful. And that's sad.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. There's something about the protection of the institutions with the Empress coming out first. So holding to the energy of what is or whatever, but there's some kind of protection there. I have defending with oneself with the Ace of Cups. King of Wands energy next to the Hierophant here. So that's all sensing like rules, whatever. It's kind of like what you're saying, changing the rules, whatever. I don't see him being prosecuted. Talk about it. The loss is heartbreaking with the Five of Cups.
The door opens.
But again, I have the Knight of Cups ending it here, where it's like that's protection. There's burdens on what should be done and shouldn't be done, but in the end, there's protection. So I'm not getting a prosecution with these cards anyway.
Yeah, it's really hard. When I used to work in politics, we used to try to explain to people, you really need to look at the morals of the people you're electing into those kind of positions, because you almost have no way to go after them if they willfully screw it up. And I live in a state that willfully screws up every single day.
Well, of course, you got what is it, AG or Lieutenant Governor that's been indicted
for 7 years,
Paxton.
And his whole crew left 2 years ago when he tried to force them to do some favorable stuff for some people. I mean, his entire office left.
Thank you, Pat. Bless you. Okay. Is that guy, am I confused here?
I think she's saying that the guy we were just talking about is running for governor. Will he win?
He's running against Brashear, or is Brashear done?
That's Kentucky
That's a
gubernatorial.
yeah. I didn't know if he's ran out of time because he's done his. So is it an open race in Kentucky? Is Brashear still running? I see another comment about someone else, and I'm getting confused here.
Mhm.
Daniel Cameron is running for Kentucky governor in 2023.
Okay, they're
2022,
like
Valerie.
we are. Yeah, they're okay. Kentucky gubernatorial and lieutenant governor ballotpedia. Let's see, who do they think's running? They don't have
His
their
own
candidates.
is
They've got
Lisa
Andy
says
Brashear.
his own AG is running against Brashear,
Yeah, but his
according
AG's
to
are
Lisa here. Gotcha. Okay. All righty. So the guy that messed up Breonna Taylor's case.
Mm-hmm.
Gig saying, okay, Brashear's got one more term he can win. Gotcha.
And
Thank you.
there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candidates already on the books for next year's election.
Oh, it's in 2023? We got an odd year?
Yeah,
Okay,
they okay. No, it's not an odd year. That means it'll be tied to the national election. Texas is a weird year. We have our governors elected in what are called midterm off national elections, and that's on purpose because fewer people show up. But except this year when they're all going to wave in there. So this guy's in the national cycle, but they already have 7 Republicans who have declared and have put in their paperwork to run. So I think it's way too far out to tell what's going to happen. I mean, I wouldn't even tell a candidate I was supporting that they're definitely going to win unless they're in a one-person race. And Brashear has one more term.
So the election isn't actually till November of 2023.
Right. Just like
crazy.
the national elections, like the next presidential election. So it's going to be a whole lot of stuff happen between now and then. We can throw on it and see what it's going to be, but
yeah, I mean, Cindy's a good guy. Right now, the energy is he wins. So, but a lot can happen. He could get in a car accident. Whatever. God forbid.
Right.
Just a comment. But right now, I'd say he'd win. Of course, he's a good guy. He's got energy. Okay. Okay, right on him. Let's go evil. What the heck? Let's go evil. What's the worst I want to torch?
Oh, yeah. Which deck am I willing to sacrifice to this
Will
one?
the world know? State funeral. Okay.
I'm going to give Young Canadian Startups deck a chance.
Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Punch some energy in this one. I got two of my decks. I'm going to grab the old one.
Okay.
I've used one so much, it's starting to, the corners are starting to fade. Okay.
I can tell when my
Energy.
cards stick together, they won't shuffle. That's when it's time to change them. Okay.
You know, it doesn't work well if they don't slide the way you want to shuffle them.
That's right. And since I riffle shuffle, I don't do it to the side. I can't do that hand to hand thing. I'm just never has worked for me. So I wear my cards out really fast. So I have lots of decks.
I don't do that.
Yeah, I do them like I'm a Vegas dealer. And I'm going to ask the aliens too what the answer. I've got it really interesting. Stay tuned, folks. She's looking at a very interesting reading.
I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Putin. Energy of Putin. What in the world? No.
Okay. Can I go, or do you want to?
Sure, go ahead.
Earth has been hanging on since the beginning of this. Yes, things are changing rapidly. There's the lightning bolt bringing down energy, and there's a lot of red, a lot of anger that's going on around this. And then we got, this is the middle card, chaos. But the multitudes don't know. And they still haven't decided how much, whether to tell them and when to tell them because of what's going on. So I pulled from your oracle deck, which I love, the alien one.
Cool.
And it said, it's because we're dealing with the dark side of the universe, so we need to rely on our archangels to protect us.
Pretty much. They're going to lie, deceive.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
It's what they do.
We still have never heard the truth about Kim Jong-un. And that's been years.
Except for the guy who's not built like him that they keep rolling out and saying is him.
Yeah. The one that walking around that's 100 pounds less.
And his eyes are different. His whatever his mysterious illness was, his skull changed and his eyes are different distances from each other.
Yeah, I got the decisions too. There's patience yet. You got that card from Andrews, whatever. Yeah, they're gonna lie and deceit. He's been severely ill. What I'm being shown here, I got a 10 of Swords, issues with the body, and failing, and then a 6 of Swords, which would indicate he's already moved on.
Mm-hmm.
I sense. So we have
I sense he's here, but he's not here.
Yeah. So whatever this is supposed to mean from his drastic health issues, here's my health issues.
Mm-hmm.
Body issues, body work, health issues.
Mm-hmm.
And then things get better. So meaning he's either healthy as a horse or he's in a different plane. So within the government of the Russia or whatever, there's unity on what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Russian government, and here's everyone's unified about what to do about him. Everything in the family, so it's still a tight-knit group of his.
Mm-hmm.
And we have patience. What to do, waiting, using your intuition.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just seeing a military cover-up yet.
Yep.
Things from the past, what they always do. Anyone that's going to talk is going to fall out the window. Same tactics. 6 of Cups, childhood memories, going back what they've done before. Here's a military authority who's probably in charge right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the Knight of Cups is angelic influence and love and proposals. But it's basically telling me he's in charge. They're going through the same tactics. It probably had something to do with that guy they tried to assassinate, but it was actually his daughter. he knows something, so they whacked him or tried to whack him.
Well, he
So-
may have been saying we just need to make a clean breast of this, continue to fight our war, which he's all behind, but
Right.
tell people Putin's dead, and they're like, no, because I got a feeling other people are much better connected to what's going to happen on the ground when people know Putin's not there anymore.
So I think you need to check again. It didn't tell me the whole Earth Mama question. Just kind of sense the energy. So I said, I really don't think he's on this normal plane like you and me.
No.
That's what Linda thinks too. Yeah, he's Kim Jong-un dead. Yeah. Or she's saying Kim's dead, but anyway. I don't think he's running the show. I just don't see it.
No.
I think one of his leaders or Lavrov or whoever is taking charge. There's still his cronies, kind of like 45 had with Jared, Pompeo, Mnuchin. You had his guys. That kind of feeling. But there's been victories in Ukraine. They're pushing back. Probably going to bring Crimea back.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Before the war is over, no. So technically, no. Not going to know for a while, I would say. They're going to fake it.
Well, they better do something because they're still blowing up things in Crimea, and that's not the Ukrainians cannot get through that line. So we know who's blowing it up, the Crimeans,
Correct.
who want to go back to Ukraine.
126. Let's flip. Okay. Same energy.
Oh,
How much
Scott,
energy is Rebecca?
you're going to have to read this on your own because I've done a reading on her, and she has dark side people guarding her.
Oh, really?
So you can read on her all you want. I'm just telling it's not a place to go. Not right now.
All right, then.
I mean, you're far enough away from me in the United States. I'll let you.
Hey, she is a dark individual, but I think the last time I read on her, it kind of felt like she was pulling away from at least supporting 45, but it's been like a year or more.
She's trying to figure out who to support. But I really have that. I was reading with a lovely reader from Canada, and we got into this, and she really went into him. And I just saw this dark cloud building around the reader.
Wow.
So, that's energy I don't mess with, guys. I have lovely guardian angels, and they basically told me, stay the hell away from her. That they're going to come and get her in their own time.
Wowzers.
So I'm just saying. I'm not telling you how to live your life, Scott, but I'm telling you what.
No, that's fine. I don't see that. I haven't sensed it. She's losing money.
Mm-hmm.
I have money loss. She's very connected to her father. She's trying to control the government. I have at least a Monaco energy, some kind of investigations on her about her dealing with the government. Tying up the money. It feels like they're just going to wait on her. They do have goods on what she's done in the past. So it's a waiting game with her. They're not really worried. I think they found darker money with that other guy, that Leon guy.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the heck they call him. That 1.6 billion someone just found.
Leo Leonard,
yeah, or whatever.
Yeah,
he's worked too. I'm seeing there is a behind the scenes investigation on what money she's stolen through or whatever, but I'm sounding like Velma. I don't know what I said. All right, what? Almost 1:30 already, or an hour and a half. Anything better? Looking for something better. Mercer has darkness. Yeah, they do. They do. Okie dokie. Well, I had two more star. They're all. Might as well just do these two. Call it a
Okay.
day. Do the two starred ones and call it. Oh, I should have listened to you. I suddenly got after Rebecca, I got some senses going on the temples. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, I definitely sage out your room. If you invite that energy in, that's definitely what you got to do.
Okay. Bye bye, Rebecca Mercer energy.
Tunnels.
Okay. Those big bad tunnels everyone's talking about. It was a couple years ago, whatever. I guess I was reading about or heard that 18-year-old kid walked through there, a tunnel, and just to see how far he could get, got arrested.
Mhm.
I think I read about that a long time ago. The original owner of Mar-a-Lago built those tunnels, I guess.
They're maintenance tunnels.
Maintenance tunnel.
That's what they were built for. But are they maintenance tunnels now? And it goes, no, it's a place where people go and have to deal with their karma. A lot of things are broken down there and just don't flow like they should. It's definitely a guy place. Some of its later use purposes will soon be revealed, but the timing isn't right yet for what they know. They're not letting them know what they know out of those tunnels.
It's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's just really weird about reading on Mercer, and I'm thinking the next question. All of a sudden, I started getting sharp pains in my temples. I'm like, what the heck? It's
Yes.
gone. I sent
Good.
it away. I sent it away. The tunnels. Oof. Well, I got the Secret Service has it locked up now.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, after Rudy got lost down there when he was drunk and the president.
Rudy, where are you? I don't know. Kind of a weird throw. Have the tunnels, but these tunnels. It was used secretly.
Mm-hmm.
They may have been moving other things back in the day there.
Yeah, there's a lot of karma involved in what happened in those tunnels, but that's been broken.
Because I have the fertility card of women.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So there might have been some movement of ladies back in the day coming there, but currently it's locked down. Somehow I'm just surprised it ain't flooded.
That's what somebody else said. And what I know about tunnels and major structures is on my campus when I went to school, everything was in tunnels, all of the electrical, all of the utilities, everything. And you could walk around in them. But if it was the one thing that got pounded in our heads, if you get caught in the tunnels, you're off the campus. They'll pack your bags, send you back to mommy and daddy, and that's the end of you. Because if anybody ever got under there into the tunnels, they could close the whole university down. And because everything, it was a connection point for everything. And I think that's some of what Mar-a-Lago's used to be like. But it is a very nice way our campus had no power lines or anything like that. So when you walked around on it, you didn't have that over you. But when they started talking about them having tunnels, I was like, surely those had to have been built in there when they acquired it. So anything they ever did afterwards was nefarious on their end.
Yeah, obviously. But it's just strange how it could be just known about or left open, and some kid just walked through it to see how far he can get.
Mm-hmm. Well, Rudy walked through it and he just couldn't get his way out. I mean, what can I say?
He was obviously trying to sneak in or sneak out or something.
No, he's just wandering. I've had friends that got drunk and end up that. 45 end up in a military mental hospital.
Last one, and then some good energy throw.
Yeah, I have a lovely crystal deck to throw for a card for the week. So
Beautiful.
yeah, let's see.
All right. The future of 45. What is home confinement, sanitarium, mental hospital, prison, general population.
He's never going to go into general population, guys. Give it up.
Russian prison.
We could send him there. We could send him to some lovely Saudi jail that's never have to worry about anything but the air conditioner breaking.
Oh, they don't have jails there. They just behead everyone.
Oh, well, that's even better.
Iranian prison.
Yeah, he won't make it to the door of the prison.
Gitmo.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you ready? You're still shuffling. I'll go.
Yeah, I was still thinking and talking.
Yes, they're already thinking in terms of what do we do with them now that we have them. They have to put him in a place that's relatively secure because of who he is. So they've hit upon the world. And so this is yes. That's 4. It still probably won't be secure enough if some people want to get rid of him. But it makes the state and the orderly people happy to have him in something that's secure. So I think military mental hospitals as close as we're going to get to anything that can do him.
I'm getting the health issues again.
Yeah.
So the health issues are going to be a big reason why. So it is hospital related.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to need some kind of care. I have both my cards of illness, body issues, loss, sadness, brokenhearted, medical breaking down. And then I have the Ace of Coins, but it's sensing like that's security. Ace of Coins is all about financial security. Well, this is feeling like security. And then I have my new military card, the Page of Coins, swords. So there's military. So it's some kind of federal. I have federal, some kind of federal military facility, very secure. So it'd be a federal sanitarium or a military hospital, something like that. Yes. Here you go. He will be locked up secure. Come on, focus. Okay. Lock up. Hey, didn't want to focus, but it's locked up. And then I have what you call a home, another thing. You look at that and it's like some kind of home. So a mental home, something federal. But yeah, it's coming for him. He might not last very long there. So I have my angelic influence, like his guides coming to get him kind of feeling. 10 of Swords. These all angelic card feeling to me. Knight of Cups in the middle is a 10 of Swords. A lot of issues, disaster, failure, anxiety. That's like having nightmares, withdrawal, all that stuff, depression. It ain't going to be good timing for him.
No. And somebody in chat wanted to know where I live in Texas. I live in Dallas County.
Dallas, the city or county?
I actually live in the city, but that's most of the county. But yeah, there's actually 22 municipalities in Dallas County.
Cool.
Teeny tiny little villages full of very wealthy houses that have fought since the place was incorporated to not be part of the big city. And some other teeny tiny little towns. We actually have a town in Dallas that does not have running water. And if you don't believe racism's alive and well in America, come down here and live.
Ugh.
Yeah. I know there's places that are so rural in some other states they choose not to, but trust me, these guys are not rural.
45 will be the new Kim Jong-un.
Well, the old one didn't have such a good time of it, so.
So yeah, if Putin has six, seven, what do you call it? Doubles, or
Mhm.
how many 45 got? All right.
You
Card
know,
of the day.
one time when I was really young, I met one of Winston Churchill's doubles
Really
during World War II. Looked just
Crazy.
like him.
Crazy.
Um,
Toss your card of the day.
yeah. I'm gonna throw two.
Card
I'm
of the
gonna
week.
I'm gonna throw a what we need to surrender this week to move forward.
Pretty much, Patricia. Top security hospital facility.
We don't want to give his red hatters another reason to question things. So I think locking them up in something secure seems to be wise. Okay. And my crystal card for the week will be, it's here, I promise. Okay. Okay, my surrender card is surrender procrastination. So whatever you've been not dealing with, now is the time to jump in on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract your success. So this is a good time because we just went through a new moon. It's time to start building again. And my crystal for the day is Amethyst Awakenings. And it's number 27. This is really a cool deck of crystal oracle cards. It's the next attempt from another deck that I have that has great, but the pictures in here are real crystals and they're very accurate. And the Amethyst Awakening is often the most powerful crystal on the planet, holding very strongly to energy of both the amethyst and the awakening that's growing within each of us, feeding and amplifying each other's energy and our healing. So it's telling you now to awaken your energy and to quit procrastinating. So sorry, it's not a good let's rest out the rest of the summer. It's like get your butt in gear and go. Just saying.
Kind of basically what I got is that our ego is basically the devil card, but it's ego. It'll be your downfall if you don't protect yourself. And then my cards, I got belief. It's believing in good things,
right?
But our illusions and delusions of our ego, of wants that we don't need, and everything will be our downfall. So don't get caught up in the fear and the worry or conspiracy, or just saying stay in love, stay in the right way. And then I also have make good choices.
Right.
So it's kind of a warning feeling is like make good choices, whether it's a purchase or a family member or whatever it is, don't live in egoism of excess. Our ego can help us or harm us.
Yes. And give things time. I mean, don't say, I want it now. You have to, but you should be working towards it. Because so often we say, I want it now. We're not getting it because we procrastinated. We didn't do the steps we needed to get from here to there. So, in your week ahead, Mr. Scott, what do you have on your plate? What's coming up?
Tuesday on Dragon Crystals.
Okay.
Tuesday, we're going to alternate on Tuesdays. Wednesday, Mystery Theater with Andrea on her channel.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sheila asked me to come by Thursday night.
Cool.
Angel Feather? She changed it. No, Spirit Whisper now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all on, none on my channel. I'm joining everyone this week.
Mm-hmm. Y'all have no idea what a relief it is when you're not the one hosting it. You don't have to get your invitations out, make sure everybody's safe. I've got, of course, my weeklies went up last night, the ones I do with Jeffrey, I think he's going to Tosco this weekend. That's why he's not here. I was on last night with Intuitive View, and if you haven't seen it, it's a really interesting show because we talked about the most basic fundamental information about numerology. And because of what that generated, my Monday and Tuesday are going to be pretty much taken up with building things. One of the things I showed, you guys hear me talk about, I know everybody's seen my eggs that comes to Sunday mornings, but here's a grid that I built. And when I talk about building grids, this is what my crystal grids look like. They don't all look like this. They all look different, but this is one I just built. And I showed that in her show, and I all of a sudden got a whole lot of people who want grids. And grid is a reading as well as building the grid. I have to figure out what kind of grid you need. Scott has a grid.
I got a grid.
Yeah. So, and then Thursday, I'm doing kind of an open mic at 1:30 in the afternoon, Central Daylight Time, 1 o'clock Central Daylight Time. And I'll be on with Dozen Cats. And unless something else pops up, I'm just going to be busy working behind the scenes. I do readings. You can reach me through my email or through my website, crystaldirections.com. And that's kind of my week coming up, sliding into the new month.
Yeah. You're building grids right now? Got some people?
Yeah, I built that one, and then I have 2 more that I've built that need to be mailed out. And I'm sure these ladies are wondering, where the hell is my grid? But it's been a wearying time. This one is called, something just fell off it. Well, I'm glad I picked it up. Anyway, this is called Healing. And it takes a while for the crystals to settle down in the glue and what I call cure. And then the other one that I did is, I'd never done this one before, and I like the way it turned out. It's called Forgiveness. But what this is based on is a set of oracle cards that we look at and we decide what you need, and then we put it together for you. So if you're interested in that.
I know my grid's working, but maybe it's just a wait period.
Well, sometimes they work for a while and then you have to rewrite the intentions that you marry with them. But I explain all that stuff to you. That's a show unto itself.
Well, I had a big request. So
what?
It's about my intuition, so it's a big request.
Okay.
So I'm okay with it. I know it's working, so I'm good. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So anyway, thank you. Thank you, Nancy Jean. Loved having you in my space again.
Yep.
And everyone have a blessed day. Thank you.
Okay.
And love.